Hey everyone, and welcome to Becoming You. I'm so excited that you've decided to jump onto this fabulous program. And my name's Mandy Stevenson, and I'm an author. I'm the author of Shazam, as you can see in the background, and I'm a kinesiologist, spinal flow therapist, a scanner practitioner, and coach, cellular health coach, and life coach. So, welcome to the program. And I really wanted to just introduce you to the course, the whole 6 months worth of individual modules presented for you to watch in your own time as my gift to you. I'm super excited about the whole program. And in this program, we will explore each of the different chakras, each of the different levels of consciousness and habits over the 6 months. The first pillar will be the S2S Ascension Ladder, ascending up through the chakras from Struggle Street to Serenity. So that's the S2S Ascension Ladder. So welcome to this one. We're going to explode some myths and get excited about what the next step is. So just follow each program one by one at a time, or just jump in on any particular one that tickles your fancy. So I hope you enjoy it. And by the way, there's a wonderful Synergy membership available if you want to have one-on-one discussions with me about any particular topic, or if you want to join in with a group discussion about any particular topic. That's where you can join in with the Synergy membership, and there will be links in this program for you to join Synergy membership. It's a very minimal cost. It's a very low monthly fee and $75 a month Australian. It's nothing. So I really encourage you to join in with some of the discussion, but also enjoy the program. That's what it's there for. It's there for you to enjoy and to find your own unique magic and become you. Enjoy. Welcome. Welcome to Ascending Through the Change. What is change? Change is the difference between point A and point B. But the interesting thing about that is it's not so much managing the change, because the change is what we desire. It's actually about managing the transition between those 2 points. So that's where this module really fits into where we are, and the 6 steps from stuck to Shazam, and how you can actually manage moving through those steps and understanding why you keep flicking back to the old ones. So I hope you enjoy this module. Just bear with me while I share my screen. Okay, so I have called this one Managing Change, but I think I'd rather refer to it as making the most of that transition, or ascending through change. There's actually 3 phases of this transition. And when you can understand that there is 3 phases, you can understand where the 6 steps have come from. So first of all, there's an ending. We have to recognize that there is actually an ending, the letting go of whatever it is, the past, the old you, the bits that you don't want anymore. So, but we've had them for a long time and we've been hanging on to them. So we have to recognize what that is. Then we move through into the neutral zone, which is that sort of sitting in the chaos, and also the self-sabotage areas. So we'll explore those a little bit further. And then, of course, there's the new beginning, where you start to stir the goddess within, or really start to get excited about what the potential is. But that's only just the beginning. So it's not actually, that's not the end. That's the new beginning. So first of all, let's talk about ending and letting go. It's critical when you want to let go, and I really want to help you let go. And that's why we spent so much time sitting in the chaos and learning about where you were, and identifying where you were stuck, what it is that you're wanting to let go of. This is also about helping you deal with the losses of your identity and who you are and who you were. So it's pretty strong because it's taken you a long time to develop the person that you are. So, but you really do need to get in and feel the problem. That's really identifying exactly who you are, what's going on, what it is that you needed to change. So just you need to be able to describe the change, describe you whatever it is that you're losing in as much detail as you possibly can. And what are the secondary things that, if you decide to change your exercise regime, for example, or if you decided to ramp up your exercise regime, what's going to happen? The initial thing, of course, is you're going to feel tired, you're going to have muscle ache and all those sorts of things. So what are the sort of the secondary causes or the secondary things that are going to go on and that you're going to have to deal with, those sort of things? It's sort of a bit of a chain of a cause and effect. Just really identifying that what you're doing is the strong purpose there. So I guess you have to sort of really ask yourself, what actions can you take to deal more successfully with those endings? You're going to go through the whole grieving process, the anger, the bargaining. Oh, I'm too tired. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm okay the way I was, or the anxiety of, the unknown. Where am I going? What's happening here? We've been through a lot of weeks already with this course, and you're probably still flipping back and feeling that overwhelm and just, oh, I can't be bothered. Why am I doing this, etc. But, you'll be stepping back into a new normal. So you're not stepping back into the same place that you were when you first started. So there'll be a bit of disorientation and sadness about that. But and don't let yourself get depressed. So let's move on from that ending and letting go and grieving. So you can see from this little picture, and the picture's also in your book, that the first area is identifying what it is that you're not happy about. Obviously, if you're happy where you are, you're not going to make the effort to make the change. However, when you do decide that you want to make that effort, you move down into that neutral zone, which is a bit along the bottom. So you're feeling pretty lost and confused and sad, and really you'd like to jump from the bottom left-hand corner back up into where you were, because it's easier to go back to that safety sort of thing. But you're better off to be moving forward into perhaps a little bit more confusion, because you're learning about a new you. You're learning to trust the new you. So it can be a really difficult time for you. Difficult neutral time is really where you are really sitting in the chaos and allowing and exploring the new you, the new area you want to move through, and really working on that one. So just putting some words and some thoughts around that. So, but allow yourself to step back and work out why it is. What is the discomfort that you were feeling before, and how uncomfortable was it? Was it an uncomfortable comfortableness, or was it really uncomfortable and really you just really don't want to go back there? Giving yourself the opportunity to move forward. So looking at different sort of techniques to discover what the new year is going to look like, and exploring that. So and what sort of fruits it's really going to provide for you. But at the same time, you're sort of embracing the old you and giving yourself a pat on the back for actually deciding to make this change. Once you've gone through the bottom phases there, you step up into the new one, and you're feeling so proud of yourself and so excited about the new person and the new beginning. But it really is just a new beginning, because that's exactly where you're starting again. And you sort of think to yourself, oh, really, truly, do I really want to go through a whole new beginning? But as soon as you try to step back into the old ones, you start to get all that confusion and overwhelm and undersown. So you're better off to then sort of, okay, bite the bullet and say, okay, this is a new beginning. This is not the ending. This is just a new beginning. So this is how change works. This is how transition works. So the neutral zone can be difficult. It can be really difficult for you. And chaos breeds life. Out of chaos, a star is born. However, order breeds habit. So bring some order into your life. Start with a morning routine that really cements into you where you're wanting to go into the new you, the new reality. Think of it as a journey in the wilderness, because it is a bit like a journey in the wilderness. You're wandering around. Is this really me? Is this really where I want to go? What do I want to do? I'm really not too sure about that. But set yourself some short-term goals because that's going to be a really helpful thing for getting you through the neutral zone. So something that you can achieve in the short term. So that's really, really important. You've got your long-term vision. We've worked on that. We've worked on all developing your vision and developing your plan, but make sure you've got some short-term goals that you can really achieve. That's really, really important. Be creative. Be creative. Think about betterment. Think of all those words that you can really cement yourself with, and give gratitude for how far you've come and what you've actually been able to achieve. You're absolutely amazing. You're an amazing person. So just be creative and acknowledge yourself and give yourself a pat on the back for where you've come to, and get creative. Get creative about drawing your new goals, the new you, some of the new things that you really want to achieve, and writing down in your journal. Writing really cements things into your mind. So you can think these things, but a thought's very fleeting, but writing actually is much more concrete. So get creative, start writing, start drawing, enjoy it. Okay, so in the book, I've also mentioned the requirements for change. As I mentioned very earlier, if you don't have any discontent, if you're not really sad enough about your current situation, it doesn't matter how much you want the future, you're not going to make that change. So you really need to work on how uncomfortable that really is while you're sitting in the chaos, or where you're stuck, and identifying that stuckness. Otherwise, you're going to slip back into it again over and over and over again, because you haven't really worked out what's the real discontent there. And that's a bit like losing weight. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy in my own body, and all of those positive things that we keep trying to say to ourselves. But just have to also start thinking of the negative things as to why I really need to lose weight. My knees are sore, my back's sore, it's not good for my health. I want to be able to fit into the clothes that I've bought. I have to buy I'll have to buy new clothes because my weight keeps increasing. So that's just an example of really thinking about the discontent. That's probably my big one. So I need to step back into that every now and then and think to myself, no, I really am not happy where I am with that. I've worked for many, many years to try and be comfortable in my body, but I'm not really comfortable in my body. I really want to make a change. So I have to really think about the discontent. Do I have a vision for where I want to be? Can I really feel that vision? Am I really getting the emotions tied up into that vision? If you don't have a vision, if you can't really see yourself in the new you, in the new place, you're just going to get frustrated and anxious, because you've got all of the other things. You're unhappy enough. You've got a plan. You know, you've got the skills to make the change. But if you don't have that vision, you're just going to get frustrated and angry. So moving down, as we did in the last module, we developed a plan. If you haven't developed a plan, you've got the discontent, you've got the vision, you know where you want to go, and you know you've got the skills are within you. But if you don't have a plan for how to achieve it, if you can't take action on it, it's going to be a fizzer. And then the last one, of course, you've got the discontent, you're just thoroughly miserable. You've got a vision, you know where you want to be, and you know you've got a plan, but you don't have the capability. And that's what this course has all been about. It's been about acquiring a few new skills, a few new tools to be able to enable you to take that plan, really create that vision, and get rid of that discontent and be the new you. How exciting is that? So now we've moved through all of those. We're back up in the top right-hand corner of our little picture, and we're launching a new beginning. It's not the end. We're actually launching a new beginning. So what are we doing there? So I guess some of the new beginning things are you're going to feel a bit of ambivalence there, because you think, I've done all this hard work, but really I'm only at the beginning, or I'm doing all this hard work. I've done all this learning. I've done all this planning. I've done all this visioning. I've done all that sort of stuff. Oh, isn't that it? But no. So you're going to have a certain amount of ambivalence, and just sort of recognize that ambivalence. Don't let it slip you back into the being stuck again, so these are the self-sabotage sorts of things that may occur for you. So neutral was pleasant. Neutral was okay, because you didn't actually have to make a change or do anything new. You're just sitting in the chaos and thinking about it, doing an awful lot of thinking. But now the pressure starts. Now you've actually got to start to take some action. So you need to clarify your purpose. I love the little saying about the rock pile, a pile of rocks. You can have a pile of rocks in one corner, but that pile of rocks doesn't become anything until somebody has a purpose to turn that pile of rocks into a cathedral. So this is where you can actually make a huge chain. You can have the crumbling pile of rocks, or you can create a cathedral. So that's your purpose. That's where you really want to go. So to me, that's a really good vision to have in your mind. Even if it's a pile of bricks and then it's a new house, you might be looking for a new house, or you might be trying to build something. So you're building the new you. So what's the rock pile? What are all the bits that you've got there? You've got all those bits. Now you just need to clarify that purpose and put it into action and build that beautiful cathedral, which is you, that new temple. So reinforcing the new beginning, just reinforce the fact that this is a new beginning. Okay, I'm still working on this. Life is a constant evolving thing, and if we weren't evolving, we'd be flatlining, and nobody wants to do that. So just identify that this is the new normal. As I said before, if you do step backwards, you're stepping back into a new normal. You're not actually stepping right back into where you were. So recognize the fact that your new normal is always building up and it's always at a higher place. So rebuild that trust in yourself that you actually are able to achieve these things. So now you can actually assess how you're going with your plan. Have I taken care of the endings? Have I clarified my purpose? Have I drawn an effective picture? Have I created that plan? What part am I going to be playing in the outcomes when I get to the end? And visualize yourself in that outcome, in that new you. So these are a bit like the heart-centered goals. So you're assessing the transition, you're assessing how you're going. So you're all the time asking yourself, is it really necessary that I do this? You're going to be asking yourself anyway, that one. And so just remember when you're asking yourself that one, say, yes, it is necessary because of all those things that I thought about before, all of those reasons why I don't want to be stuck. Is it a good idea? Have I got a good idea? Do I need to modify my idea? It's just acknowledge the amount of work that you've already put into it to get to this point. Build that level of trust in yourself that this is the new normal, and you're moving into a new normal all the time. Have I had adequate training? There's been a lot of training, a lot of tips and ideas through this whole course. I really want you to think about, do I need to go back and revisit some of those earlier videos or some of those earlier workbooks? How am I going with my goal worksheet? Has that just been put on the back burner and not done anything? So that's how you can really monitor and measure your assessing your transition and how you're ascending through that change. What old scars have you got? So what are the scars that you've got that you just need to really clear, cancel, zap it, get rid of those old scars? Get excited. This is really the new you. The new you is just about there. You're almost there. So this is a new beginning, but it's also a very exciting new beginning. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life. Seize the day, carpe diem, but make the most of it. Make sure you've got a timetable out into the future to reflect the change, and make sure you've got small goals that you can celebrate and you can really acknowledge how amazing you are. Look at that timetable and go you. You're amazing. You're going to ascend through this change like nothing on earth. So I hope you've enjoyed that little PowerPoint, and I'll just stop my share, and thank you very much for joining me. Go back over and look through some of these steps again. Even if you just look at the pictures, it does give you a bit of an idea of the fact that you're actually managing the transition. You're ascending through the transition. So love you heaps. Thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you again soon.